Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to the Danny Danae Show. I am Danielle Danae, aka Danny Danae, and I've got a lot to say. So let's talk about it. All natural women are all fake women, and anything and everything, pardon me, in between. Let's talk about it. So, it's so funny. This is a big conversation amongst a lot of people in our societies, and you know, men will scream from the rooftops that they want a natural looking woman. But I'm here to tell you that a lot of men don't know what natural is. Like it's so funny. There's definitely levels into what's natural and what looks natural but really isn't. I made a joke with my ex, and we were like, this is my hair right now, this is all my hair. But this is obviously not what it looks like naturally. It's a big curly fro. If you've seen my previous videos, you've seen it naturally. That's how it looks naturally. But since this is all my real hair, it's still considered natural to him, whereas somebody else could be like, oh well, actually you're not natural because you straightened your hair. So it's like, okay, so is this natural or is it not? Right. So I think why women have so much pushback when men say they want all natural, it's like, no, you really don't. You just want it to look natural. You don't want a woman in her full naturalness, because if that was the case, you wouldn't mind the hairy underarms, the hairy legs, even the hairy little mustache over their lip, stuff like that. Super hairy arms. You think you want natural, but you don't. You really want it to just look natural, right? But you also don't want the extreme case, which is, super, fake looking, super bubble buttish, super, crazy fillers in their lips, too much makeup to where they look like a whole other person, and hair down their back when they're really bald headed, those extremes, right? So I'm going to get into those extremes, and I'm going to break down each and every one of these categories. And those four categories are hair, nails, face, and body. And I'm going to go into, what women tend to do or um tweak those things, each and every one of those things, what they do um on their hair, face, nails, and body. And do they really do it for them, or do they do it for men? That's another point that a lot of women want to argue. Women love to say, I do this for myself, I'm not doing it for a man. But it's like, do you really get your hair done, your nails done, all just to look in the mirror? I don't think so. But anyways, let's get into the first one, which is hair. So I mentioned my hair, right? This is all my hair. This is growing out of my head, guys. I blow dried it. I washed it. I blow dried it, and I got it straightened by a woman on set. This is all my hair, right? But women nowadays, and predominantly black women, are getting these weaves, right? And they look like this, but it's not their hair, right? And not just weaves, they're getting lace fronts. And if you don't know what lace fronts are the I had to learn this too, because I am not a wigs person. Anybody that knows me personally, I only wear a wig when I have to on sets. But in my everyday life, I do not do that. But a lace front is where you get a wig glued on to your forehead, so it looks like you have, a whole new hairline because this wig is glued down and plucked. I've seen women, they use these tweezers to, I guess, pluck out the hair to make it look more natural somehow. I don't understand the whole process, but anyways, y'all know what I'm talking about. If you don't know, you can look it up. So we have these lace fronts, right? And these wigs irritate a lot of men because they're supposed to blend in. They're supposed to look like your natural hair, but in a lot of instances they don't. The extreme baby hairs, the extreme drawing on of the baby hairs, the swoop, y'all know what I'm talking about, that goes all the way down here and up. It's like, what are you doing? Who are you trying to look like? It's so weird. And and they put these lace fronts on with, colors that are clearly not colors that grew out of your head. Like you see like people doing these wigs that are in blue, green, red, orange even. And it's just like, I know Ice Spice has an orange wig, and it's just like, this is crazy. Like, who told you this is cute? So I told you these 4 topics: hair, face, nails. Nails is second, but hair, nails, face, and body, right? I'm gonna break down each of them. I'm gonna go who, what, and why for each of them. And when I say who, I mean who is doing it and who are they doing it for. So for wigs, the unnatural looking hair, who are we doing these for? Are we doing these for men? And if we are, I think that's crazy, because I've never heard a man say he prefers, you know, well, actually, let me not lie. I have heard in one instance where a man told, not me, but one of my friends, that he preferred to see her in a wig than a real hair, but it was only because she has really bad real hair and it was a mess and it's completely damaged and she didn't maintain it. But for the most part, women who take care of their hair, and it's healthy, men want to see, their real hair. And so it begs the question, it's like, who are we getting these wigs for? Are we truly getting them for men, or are we competing with other women that we see on Instagram, that we see in our everyday day lives wearing these crazy wigs, and we think it's cute, so now we want to put it on? And who has their hair laid the best, and who has the best color? Is that more so what it is? Because men do not like I'm telling you, I guarantee you 100%, I will bet my life on it, that men do not like seeing these crazy colored wigs on us girls, us black women. It seems like more so of that we're doing this, and it's not cute. We look like freaking Bratz dolls, and that men don't like that. Men like to look at something real, So who are people? Who are black women? Speaking to black women predominantly now, because we know it's mostly black women doing this. This is not a biased perspective. Anybody, yes, anybody. If you look at our social media, it's always a black woman putting these crazy wigs on, right? Who are these black women putting these wigs on for? And the answer is yourself. Got to be yourself. Got to be yourself, or be for other women, because men do not like it. Okay, and who are they trying to look like? Are they trying to look like the Bratz dolls I mentioned? Are they trying to look like these entertainers that thrive on, doing the extreme and being unique? I think I think Nicki Minaj really paved the way for this to happen, and but people people gotta stop looking at celebrities and thinking like to look when wanting to look like them in everyday life, because even Nicki Minaj, you know, typically she wouldn't wear the crazy wigs, when she was at home with her friends and stuff, like just chilling. And if she did, it was a persona she had to, live up to, that she felt like she had to because of her agents or whoever's in her circle. Men, like it was just an art thing. You shouldn't look like a walking art piece everywhere you go. I'm sorry, you shouldn't look crazy. Like, an artist is one thing, but in your every day-to-day lives, for every day-to-day people, it is not cute to walk around in highlighter colored hair, and hair that did not grow out of your head. And that's another thing. We call black people, we call our hair weaves, and we call it wigs and all this. um but the white woman, the Indian woman, or whoever, the Asian woman, they get extensions. Now, some of them will wear wigs, but for the most part, they wear extensions. And extensions are, if you're not aware, they're what I used to get when I used to get fake hair, which is, you know, uh, you leave out the top of your head and you add like clip-ins to the bottom and extend the length, but it's your real hair coming out the top of your head. Um, for me, I used to get it sewn in. I used to get braids and have it sewn in because I hated clipping it in all the time. But for most part, I have an Asian friend, and she buys hair extensions with the clip-ins already on them. So she just clips them in and it gets ready to go. But her hair naturally grows out like what those clip-ins look like. She just wants more volume, right? But for black people, it seems like we're putting on hair that does not grow out of our head. I'm saying it seems like, it actually does. Doesn't grow out of our head. We're trying to look like the white woman. We're trying to look like the woman who's not black, and it's just it poses the questions: do a lot of black women hate themselves? They hate the where their hair grows naturally. Why is that? It's because society told you that it's not cute to have an afro. Like, nobody, you gotta realize and see, nobody is buying extensions to make a bigger afro. No one is in, like, there's a few, not as many, getting, extensions and cornrows. Actually, I've seen that actually become a bigger thing, but it only recently become a bigger thing for a while it's always been women, getting weaves that are straight hair. That's it. Or like maybe it's curly hair, but not their naturally curly hair, not super coily, super kinky. I hate to use that word, but that's what it is. More coarse hair. They don't get extensions with the hair texture that is coming out of their head. So it's like, why do women self-hate themselves? You know? And what are they looking to get out of doing that for themselves? What type of man do you think you're going to attract by making up yourself to have a different type, look like you have a certain type of hair that you don't? And back to the why, it's like, why do you want that and not, why do you want to look like somebody you're not? Really ask yourself these questions. Do you really hate the way your hair grows? And why is that? You shouldn't hate the way your hair grows. God gave it to you for a reason. Work it. I know some hair textures are harder to manage than others. Trust me, I know that. But you got to work what you have, man, because when you don't, you look crazy. You look like you hate yourself. And nobody of substance, nobody that really wants to care about you will want to care about you because they don't know who you are. Yeah, you don't know who you are. They don't know who you're trying to be, and they don't want to try to figure it out. They want to they want to learn you for you. So, yeah, man, stop putting on these crazy, crazy wigs. Like, men appreciate long hair, absolutely. Some men appreciate short hair. When you're that beautiful, Halle Berry, rock that short cut. You can do it. Do what works for you and figure out what works for you, and it's something that's not extremely a style that doesn't make you put extreme heat on your head, extreme chemicals, something that you can maintain on the day to day. Figure out what that is. There's a hairstyle for you. Just find it and work with it. Guys appreciate that. They don't want to see the crazy weaves. And if you do a weave or wear a wig, make sure it looks natural. The gunk, the edge control gunked up, the Gorilla Glue at the top gunked up. You can obviously tell the separation from the wig and your forehead. It's not cute, guys. And if I can tell, probably a man can tell. So stop the madness. Stop the madness. Guys want a woman with hair that looks like theirs. That's all I gotta say about that, okay? So figure out what it is and make it work. Okay, next point. Nails. Who are we doing it for? What are we doing it for? The long nails, why are we doing it? And what are we doing to our nails? I have no polish, no acrylics on my nails. I'm taking a little break. They were beating my nails up, but I loved getting acrylics, Gel X, actually. That's what it's called. And the Gel X is it's supposed to be a better form of it's a better alternative than the hardcore powder. It's supposed to be better for your nails, but it ended up doing the same thing for me. It ended up still making my nails extremely fragile and sensitive to stuff. So now I've been taking a break. They're so much healthier. I love them. But, I always got them super short. They were never past this length. And it's so crazy when I go out and see women with these super, super long nails. It's like, what are you doing? And joke, like, why did you feel the need to get this? And the joke that it's like, how do you wipe your butt when you take a crap? It's like, how? holding toilet paper with them long talons of nails. It's like, who made this cute? Again, is it somebody we saw, a rapper who um wanted to stick out as an artist and started wearing long nails, and then we hopped on the bandwagon? Because this is, like I said, it's crazy that we try to do things, trying to emulate people who don't live everyday lives like we do, and think we're gonna have the same results, as when it comes to the acceptance of it, as maybe a Nicki Minaj or whoever, a Cardi B. But regardless if you're a big star or if you're a regular person, I just think long nails look ghetto, and I've heard men say that too. It's one thing when they're a little long, here maybe, but when they're to the point where you literally can't pick anything up, you gotta chill. You gotta chill, right? And what race is doing this the most? I gotta say it's black women. I see with these claws of nails. But I actually did some research. I just asked Alexa. She's great. And she said long polished nails became popular in the I think she said early 1920s, 1930s. And the reason they became popular is, a lot of women wanted to, show how easy of a life they had. For other people to see they had long polished nails, it showed that they weren't working, they weren't doing hard labor, actually, so far to speak, so to speak. Not, they could be like doing, housework, but nothing so harsh that it would break their nails if they tried to pick something up or whatever, or what's it called, have the polish to come off. So I thought that was very interesting, because maybe subconsciously that's what we believe nowadays. Like, if we have super long nails, super polished nails, super crazy designs, somehow we look like we're living our best lives, and of high status in some way or some form. But I don't know, I feel like back then, they were long, but they weren't. It's what bugs me is the crazy designs these women that get these long nails they get like these rhinestones added, these words added, a bunch of different colors added, and it's just a lot. It's distracting, and people have made the joke to me, and I've heard this to other people, like, people that get such long nails like that absolutely don't work, but it's not seen as a form like they're so high up like they don't work. It's just they look lazy, and spend their money on dumb stuff like making their nails way longer than what they are and making them look very fake. Like, it's not cute to a lot of people. What's cute and classy is women, like, maybe that get a little longer, they get a little French tip, just simple, with the white little tip on the top. Cute little round shape, not square. I hate the square shape. Oh my gosh, when I get acrylics, I always get almond because it looks the most natural. Or maybe stiletto even too. But anything square, uh, coffin shape, I think is one of them. It's it looks so fake, and it's like, why would you want something that looks so fake? And again, that poses the question: it's like, why do we want to look? Why are we fighting looking like our natural selves all the time? Why are we trying so hard to look like something or someone else? Like, I really think these women that have these crazy weaves, have these crazy nails, really have a low self-esteem. And we got to get to the root of that, because it's not cool, And like I said, it's predominantly black women that seem to have these issues. And it's like, black people, we're the flyest. I'm a little biased because I'm black, but we're fly. We just are. Our skin is fly. Our hair naturally fly if we took care of it in the way we need to for it to be fly. Like, so for us to do these wigs to try to look like other races, and for us to do these nails to look like, I don't know, cartoons, it's like, why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? And for men, it's like they don't like it. There's never been a man that says, I like for my woman to have extremely long nails. And that goes back to the natural thing. My man loves my natural nails. He loves them. but he also appreciates when I get them done, when I get the French tip or I get, you know, a nude color. Usually I get pink or brown or maybe something like a clear or maybe like a little tint of pink or something like that. And if I do an extreme color, it's always like a red maybe, or I don't know. What colors? Red or maybe purple even, but it's never like a green. It's never I've never been into like black males, but sometimes you can get a pass with that. But like these crazy colors, it's like no, it's never cute. It's never cute. And you know, see, so that goes back again. Like guys say they want natural, which is no nails, but some guys are like, no, we want the nails. We just want them to look classy and pretty. Whereas the excessive writing, the jewels and stuff, it looks trashy to a lot of them. I won't say all of them because there are always exceptions to every rule, but for the most part, ladies, men like nails that are simple and pretty. Like I said, like if you're gonna do it extreme, do the French and do something a little cute. If you really crave the writing, put like a little D or something, or the first letter of your husband's name or something on your ring finger or something like that. Don't do the crazy long, crazy nails with the crazy writing, saying whole full on sentences on all your nails. That's just extreme. Guys like natural. If you have good nail beds like mine, they like the natural, or they like, the simple, the pretty simple. Okay. All right. So we got to hair, we got to nails. Now we're going on face. Face. So when I talk about face, I'm talking about the hair. Excuse me, not the hair. Lord. The eyes, the lips, the nose, the cheekbones, the chins, the eyebrows, even the foreheads. Black women, when it comes to our face cards, honey, ooh, that's one thing we got locked down. Okay, we got the lips, we got the eyes. So this is one thing that I feel like black people thrive in, and other races don't thrive as much when it comes to our skin, when it comes to aging. Black don't crack, y'all already know. So it's just like, yeah, we have the full lips, like these lips right here, all natural. I love my lips. Oh my gosh, I just love them. They're great. And yeah, we are just fly. Now Hollywood is the land of the plastic surgery. And it seems like, non-black people are the ones that get the most plastic surgery, and they're the ones that get the lip fillers, to get lips that look like black women's lips, and they're the ones that, do the whole, anti-aging, the Botox to get the wrinkles out on the forehead, on the eyes, crow's feet, they get the Botox there. And they do things like mess with even their chin, like it's a chin surgery. I don't know the extremes, but I see it all the time. It's so funny going on Instagram and they'll show like before and after of celebrities, and I was just like, dang, it is little, and the best ones do like little subtle changes throughout a period of time, so people don't pick up it as much. They think like, oh, she's just aging, or she's just doing her makeup differently, and I'm like, mm, yeah, no. They know how to do it to where it looks like it's very subtle, but it's not. Transforming their whole chin to make their faces look skinnier. I have very defined cheekbones already, but women, mostly non-black women, will get like the surgery to make their cheekbones go like this, and their eye lift to give more of a cat eye. And what else did I say? Eyes, lips. Yeah, the fillers in the lips, the eye lifts of the eyes, the brow lift, even to make their eyebrows go like this, or maybe like peak right where it's supposed to peak to make their eyes look more, I don't know, seductive in a way. And yeah, I said cheekbones, chin, and it's crazy how much people would pay to look like how black women look naturally, how tend to look naturally. We just are fly, man. And when it comes to the sun loves us. The sun loves us. It doesn't affect us the way it affects non-black women. We absorb the sun while, other lighter skinned people or of other races, you know, are fighting it. They're fighting it. I have never been sunburned my whole life. I don't know what that feels like. I don't intend to find out. I don't think I ever will. My skin is my protection, and it's fantastic and it's beautiful. I love my skin. I love my even redder undertone. I have a little bit of Cherokee in me. But yeah, back to my point. Eh, face is extremely, like, people mess with their faces, especially because they have low self-esteem. And it's funny how black women do stuff to their hair to look more like, I think, European, the white women, the Asian women have beautiful hair. I wanted to point that out there. They have such beautiful hair. Oh my gosh, I'm jealous, but it's all good. But like I said, black women want that type of hair. It seems like, with the wigs, and want to look like that. Whereas when it comes to face, other races of women trying to look like black people. So it's different. It's so funny when I used to go out to clubs and stuff. White women would come up to me and be like, "Oh my gosh, I love your skin," or "I wish I had your skin," and I'd be like, I'd say thank you. I'd say thank you back. But it's so funny how they wish to have something, but it's like, do they really want to have what comes with heavy skin like this? The bias and the I don't know, unfairness I get when I go to clubs sometimes and stuff like. But that's a whole nother story. Anyways, it happens. My point is, it happens on both sides of the coin. It happens for black people, wanting to look like another race, and then white people and other races of people trying to look like black people. So yeah, it's like, ugh, we gotta love ourselves, man. And I think that, there are women that are out there that, get the little lip fillers and they look fine, and they still look natural, and they actually look better. I think, perfect example, I think Kylie Jenner looked her best, and I feel like a lot of people will agree with me, when she just had the fillers. Like, she got them super young though, which I think is not the best move, but she looked the best, I think, when she got those fillers. And when she I don't know, when she was, how old was she when she got them? Like 18, 17, 18? And she was cute. She was real cute. I was looking at her Instagram posts. I was like, oh my goodness. But you see, now she kind of looks, kind of older, and the fillers caught up with her, and now she looks kind of crazy. But it's like, if you just do something. But I think she also did other things, like she got her boobs done and all this other stuff that affects your body in ways people don't realize until it's too late. But if you just do little subtle things, um, and maintain it, I feel like that's fine. Like, I think, if you have a thinner lip and you just want to fill it a little bit, go right ahead. And if you have a super, super long nose, if you get a surgery to where it's not as long, you don't completely change the shape, you just, cut it down a little bit. That's completely understandable. But when we do these extremes, trying to look like other people, other races of people, like I mentioned, and completely changing the way our face looks, like completely changing the way, this skin bleaching. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna go into body with that though, but it also goes into face, like this skin bleaching our face, wearing lighter makeup to make us seem more lighter than we are. Like, that's not cool, man. That's not cool. Or wearing makeup, and this is on both ends too. There's dark skinned women that wear makeup to make themselves look lighter, and then there's lighter skinned women who wear makeup to make themselves look darker. I don't know how many self tanning makeup or like bronze makeup I've seen nowadays. It's like, that's like a thing where you can just buy dark makeup and put it all over your body to make yourself seem like you're darker than you are. I'm like, this is so misleading. Like, I feel so bad for guys, man. Like, you literally gotta, take your date to the beach or something and get her drenched in water to see how she looks naturally. Because women are just a whole another level of catfish nowadays. It's insane. And, I think that makeup makes anybody look different. I look completely, y'all saw me on, I don't know, it was 2 days ago. You saw me the other day. I had makeup on, I had my hair back, I had a black dress on. I look different than I look now, right? But I still look like me, right? I don't look like a completely different person. Like, I think that's where men are like, and women who are natural are like, you know, it, you want to still look like yourself. Like, you don't want to look like everybody else. I think it's so crazy that nowadays, like, so many women all look like Kim Kardashian. It's like, ugh, it's insane. It's like, this is not cute. Don't you want to be, don't you want a guy to like you for you, your uniqueness? But if you look like every other woman, it's like, why would a guy want to choose you? No matter how cute you are. I think I value how much I don't think a lot of women look like me. That's why I love the way I look. And I am so happy that I do look like this because I look good. Okay. And everybody should have that type of confidence. Nobody should be so low self esteem. Nobody's self esteem should be so low that you want to change completely how you look. Right. All right. Next point, body. Who are we changing our bodies for? What are we doing it for? And why? Now, BBLs have been a thing for years, years and years and years. But I feel like I'm looking now at people, and it seems like everybody's on the Ozempic move. It's so crazy. Like, it's crazy how we can go from one extreme to another. But it seems like people are also getting healthier, and if they're wanting to change their bodies, they're doing so in a better route. Whereas before they were getting these BBLs and these boob jobs and you know fake. It's so funny when I heard men were getting fake abs surgery. I think that's insane, but even women do it too. But I think boob jobs are actually still a thing. But when it comes to like BBLs and um transferring fat to make even their thighs match their butt, I don't think that's more of a thing, as much of a thing as it used to be. But it needs to be nipped in the bud completely. Like, no, that's one thing also I feel like women absolutely do for other women. Because even though a man will, like a woman on Instagram maybe that has a big butt, you know, men don't want all that. They don't want to see the implants bouncing up and down when y'all are having sex. Like, just to be real, like I've heard men say this. It's not attractive. It's like cool to look at on Instagram, but nobody wants that long term. Nobody wants that in their house, around their kids, wearing dresses and they jiggling all over the place. It's not cute. It's not cute. Now, if you naturally have a big butt, if you naturally have big boobs, cool. A man will work with you. Like I said, when it looks extremely fake, when it looks heavy, guys are turned off. It is not cute to walk around with big old balloons on the back of your pants. It look like they'll inflate if hit the wrong way. If you hit a corner. Like, when did this become a thing? Did it become a thing starting with Kim Kardashian? Did it become a thing when Nicki Minaj was around? Like, it's not cute. It's not cute. Like, in women, black women naturally have some booty. Not me though. It's so funny. Max and I would joke all the time. I do not have a big old butt. I don't, but I'm very slim. But even when I was, a little bit heavier, I did not have a butt, and that's just my thing, and that's cool. Like, I'm not. These men aren't. Men are so. They like you for you. They do. Once a man loves you, they'll be okay with how your body is naturally. And when you're super pretty in the face, also, your body isn't really that big of a big deal. As long as you're healthy, as long as you're maintaining um, being fit, men are like, we like you. You like it. You don't have to have the biggest boobs in the world. Actually, I've heard men actually prefer women not to have big old boobs because they become saggy later on. Everything's cool. It's so funny. Like, most men will look at women and like their Instagram posts also because it's cool to look at the now, but it's like a lot of them subconsciously know later all that is not going to be cute. It's all up and tight right now, but as they get older, it's going to sag real quick. Real quick. So if a woman has a smaller chest, it's less likely for, her to start sagging as quickly and as much as a woman who has a bigger chest. Again, if you naturally have a bigger chest, I mean, live with it. But women shouldn't be out here deliberately looking for, you know, double D's when they have an A cup or B cup. It's okay. And it's crazy for me because it's crazy for women to do that, especially women who want kids, because your body changes so much, especially when you start to hit like mid 20s, early 30s, your body changes drastically. And it changes even when you become an adult. But I feel like it's more of a drastic change when you hit 20s, 30s. So when you decide to change your body in a process where it's already changing so much, it creates a whole nother level of tension and uncomfortableness to your body that you don't need to have. A whole bunch of stress that doesn't need to be put on your body, and your body's going to react in a way where you might not like it too. So yeah, um you shouldn't be out here getting things that you don't have in order to make yourself feel better in society, in order to make a man want you. A man's gonna want you for you if he really wants you. If he only wants to be around you because you have a BBL or a boob job, that is not a man that's going to last long, because there's going to be another woman with a BBL and bigger boobs than you around the corner. Women are so fixated on fixing what they think is broke when it comes to their bodies. They need to be fixing what's within. They need to be focused on, you know, taking care of the things they already have and flourish that way. Like the women, there's so many women out there, not enough though, that take care of their bodies and take care of their hair, and just like I said, they do the extensions, but their real hair, they maintain it very well. They put the right shampoos in it. They take their biotin every day. If you don't know what biotin is, it's a supplement that I take that, I feel like every woman should take, that um, gets you to have healthier hair, skin, and nails. They take their biotin, they eat healthy, they work out in the gym, and after, they work on themselves, maybe they'll, and if they don't see the results from working on themselves for a while, they'll get a little more, they'll get some extensions if their hair isn't as long as they like to for a certain period of time. Or they'll, I don't know, they'll get acrylic nails if their nails are still fragile and breaking, after, not doing it for a little bit of time. Like, or they'll, I don't know, they'll wear a little bit more makeup, or apply it a certain way to make themselves, to accentuate more features that they couldn't accentuate before. But they take care of their skin. It's like all those things is like, you got to take care of you before you try to pound on something else on top of you. You just do. And stop putting, in black women, stop putting weaves on just because you don't want to do your real hair, and stop blaming that one perm you had as a teenager onto why you bald headed now. You're bald headed now because you don't take care of your hair. That's the only reason. You're lazy. And you rather just, and people are like, oh well, it's hard to put on a wig, and it's not hard for you. Some things come easier to other people than they do certain people. Like a wig, putting on a wig is hard for me, so I am going to take care of my hair best way as possible. Like, but if it's hard for a wig and it's hard to maintain your hair, why don't you just maintain your hair? Like, to anybody that makes that point, it's just like, okay, it's if they're both hard, why don't you pick a hard? And why don't you pick a hard that actually is gonna, you know, help you in the long run when it comes to dating, when it comes to loving yourself, etc. Learn how to do your hair. I think it's crazy that grown adults don't know how to do their hair. That's insane. And mind you, like I said, I get my hair straightened professionally. I don't do it myself. I might blow dry it, but I can't get in the back of my head cool. But when it comes to maintaining my natural hair, I can maintain it all day by myself. I can maintain that all day by myself. I don't need help. I don't need to put on a wig. I brush it out. I take care of it. I deep condition it, all those things. You should be able to do the same. I don't care how coarse your hair is. People are like, oh, well, you don't have. I remember someone came at me one time and I was talking about my hair and they were like, oh, well, you don't have 4B hair. And I didn't even know what that was. I was like, what are you talking about? I don't have 4B hair. And then I asked my hairstylist, I was like, do I have 4B hair? And she was like, heck no. You have 3B. And I was like, oh, I didn't even know there was levels to this. But anyways, who cares? Like if I had more coarse hair, if I had 4B hair as opposed to 3B, I would figure it out. I would figure it out because that's what life is about, figuring it out. So I say all this to say, guys, natural women are killing it. And it's not the natural women who just allow their hair to roam free, like literally just walk out the door without brushing their hair, and just let it grow out and walk outside with it. Natural, not touching it at all, not combing through it. Those women aren't women, and those are not the natural women men are talking about. Okay? When men say they want natural, they mean they want you to look as pretty as possible with as less effort as possible, if that makes sense. Like they want you to put effort in, but they want it to look effortless. I don't know how to explain it more than that, but yeah, it's like when my hair is straight, I wrap it at night and I wake up and it pretty much looked like that. I curled it for this video, but it's still straight. Like there wasn't a whole bunch of effort put into it. I brush it, I come up here and I shoot the show. I don't have any makeup on right now. I have Vaseline on my lips. Like that's what men like to see, and he thinks I look most beautiful like this. But he'll be like, dang, when I walk, when I had my hair for the other video, I had it like pulled back like this, and I had my makeup on, and I had the little black dress on, and he'd be like, dang, but he really loves this. Because if I didn't look like this under this with the black dress and the makeup on, he wouldn't care. Because it's like, oh, she had to make herself up to look like that. Do your best, ladies, to look like this without, the excessive weaves, without doing the surgeries, without putting the crazy nails on, without the BBLs or the BBLs, and on the other hand, extreme diets. Do what works best for you. Look as best as you can without hurting yourself. Without stressing yourself out trying to look like something that you weren't meant to look like. I don't know how else to say it, guys. Guys want a woman who just takes care of herself. You don't have to look like a supermodel, guys. I know I do. But in everyday life, you just gotta look good. Look as you. Because men don't want perfect. Men want it perfect. They'd marry a blow-up doll. They'd marry a blow-up doll. They want real, not perfection. They want realness, not perfection. All right, guys? All right. That's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys tomorrow, okay? I love you guys. And take that wig off. Take that lace front off, girl. If you're watching this and you got a lace front on your head, take it off. Wash your hair, figure it out. Watch some tutorials on how to do your natural hair and wear it, girl. If you're watching this video and you got a whole bunch of fillers on your lip, looking like a dang blow-up fish, take them out. Relax. You got a BBL. Reverse it. Do something and wear covered up, tight clothes until you can figure it out. When your butt's not jiggling all over the place, implant after implant, jiggling all over the place. Fix it. I say this out of love. I love you guys. I'm sorry. I love you guys. All right. I will see you guys on the next show. All right. Bye.